Shalom. We're going to step back in time with this video. We're going to go ahead and call it Stepping Back in Time. You know how the ancestors lived. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, how did the ancestors live? How do you think they lived back in those old days whenever there was no electricity available? There's no such thing as plugging in things inside your home and stuff. It was non-existent. There wasn't a such thing as running water. You had to go out to the outhouse to take a number 1 or a number 2. Okay, stepping back in time here. Okay, you had to have a steel or a tin container, much like a feeding trough or something that you would use to feed cattle with, in order to bathe, take a bath. You had to heat up some water, and hot water, and mix in with a little cold water to make it lukewarm. You know, not cold, not hot, just lukewarm. You know, we had to hand pump for water out at the well. Had to pump that hand pump handle, pump it to make the water come out. Pump some water from the well. Take a bath, to cook, to shower, to you know, everything. Wash laundry. Okay, we had to pump that water. Okay, we don't have to do that no more, do we? That's how our ancestors lived. See, ancestors didn't go up here to Burger King or McDonald's or something like that. They didn't go to Walmart, you know. They had one little general store. They would go buy all their basic necessities. They would buy all the staple items at the general store, such as, you know, maybe rice, flour, cornmeal, sugar, basic staple items, maybe some dried beans, basic staple items. They would get uptown, and they would bring those back home. And at home they had like a homestead. They had chickens, they had cows. They would grow vegetable gardens and can and preserve those vegetables for the fall and winter seasons, those months. And you know, during the summer they would cut firewood to have keep the house warm this winter with the wood stove. Okay, they had a wood stove. They didn't have a central heat and air unit that sucks up so much electricity and power. That wasn't how they did things back in those days. Okay, it was a different life. Okay, now they would drink from these little 6-ounce and 8-ounce cups. Sometimes they were made out of plastic or glass, tiny drinking cups. It was only 6 or 8 ounce serving, and that was all the tea you needed to drink. Okay, a 6 or 8 ounce small, just a real small glass, you know, 6 or 8 ounces. That was a serving size, and you was happy to get that and drink that much beverage. Okay, now you look at today's time, we don't do that anymore, do we? We have these big 32-ounce monster jugs, big tumblers, 32-ounce, 64-ounce tumblers and stuff like this right here, and we're just chugging down so much beverages, and we don't even really appreciate any of that anymore, do we? We just chug it right down and don't even think twice, and don't appreciate having a beverage. You know, back in those days, we had other family members to feed, had a whole house of people to feed, our people who live on our land, the farm helpers and had farm hands, people who would help with the cattle, and we would all work together as a community on our land, and we would build up our homestead constantly, surely, slowly but surely, and we would get a lot of work done. We put in a lot of work, hard labor and work out here in the backwoods, in the rural areas. We work to feed our family. All right, now that's what we work for, is so we can have some food. We work for the basic necessities in life. Some food, something to drink, some clean drinking water, basic clothing needs, and be able to clothe our children and our family. And we live on farms. It's a farm lifestyle. Okay, we were farmers. All right. Now the food that we raised on our land, that's what we were to eat. Okay, we grew our food right there on our property. We knew where our food come from. It didn't come from overseas someplace. It come right here off this property right here that we're standing on right now. We knew where our food was grown, where it was raised, and we knew how it was being raised. We knew how what the animal was being fed. There's no steroid shots or hormone shots or antibiotics and iodine and all these chemicals and toxic stuff that there was none of that being put on these animals. None whatsoever at all. It's 100% natural, grass-fed, cage-free, homegrown, GMO-free foods. And we look at today compared to the way it was stepping back in time. There's a big difference there. The food we grew is what we ate. We didn't go up here to the buffet restaurant and eat about 5-6 plates of food and all this kind of stuff and waste half of it and just and not really be thankful and appreciative of all this food and stuff like this right here. We didn't live like that. We didn't do that right there. Nope. Stepping back in time. It was a different way of life, wasn't it? Different lifestyle. Different way of living. Isn't that right? A lot of differences, ain't it? Stepping back in time. Oh, hallelujah. Shalom. Shalom.